AirPods are a hit. We can meme them to death as much as we want, but I feel like the internet just likes to meme anything now. Like, the new Xbox design, it's literally a box, and then it just gets memed to death. That looks like a refrigerator! That's hilarious! It looks like a building! Yeah, a lot of things look like boxes. Okay. But if it's proof of anything, if you get your product to become a meme, it's probably gonna do pretty well, because AirPods are breaking all kinds of records for Apple's history, and I thought I would make my point with some evidence in today's video. Let's begin. So some people like to flex a little bit with AirPods 2, and some people like to flex a lot with AirPods Pro. But some people flex the hardest when they have both, like me. Get on my level, peasants. But the point is, both are selling so incredibly well that AirPods quarterly revenue is nearing $4 billion, which does mean it's about to exceed the revenue of iPod sales back at their peak quarter. That's right, so if you thought the iPod was like a major milestone in Apple's history, a lot of Steve Jobs movies, I think there were about 80 of them that came out within about 2 weeks. They always talk about how, oh, Steve Jobs' peak was the iPod, and that's what brought us into the 21st century. Well, that may be slightly true, but nothing revolutionized the world and saved as many lives as AirPods, because many people who aren't capable of affording the Apple Watch Series 4 don't have fall detection on their wearables, but luckily, because they've been flexing so hard with their AirPods, their muscles gained a little bit and they were able to lift themselves off the floor and call an ambulance when they fell down on the ground. So in a way, AirPods are a bigger deal than water. But to give you guys perspective on how much revenue Apple is collecting from AirPods, if AirPods were to decide to flex so hard that they needed to revolt from Apple themselves, okay? Because under the Apple realm, under the Apple dynasty, AirPods cannot live up to their true shaggy form. So if they wanted to separate and break off from Apple, pull up 13 colonies like back in the 1700s, their company could easily be valued at around $175 billion. No, not because they make $12 billion a year in revenue, but because of the insane growth rate Apple is seeing in AirPods compared to any other product category available. AirPod sales are expected to double in 2020 and will likely be hitting around 85 million units shipped. And my goodness, I cannot wait to see how many people are going to flex now. So, memes aside, it's clear that even though these things were ridiculed and hated on so much when they first came out, a lot of people despised them, and a lot of people said, oh, Apple just removed the headphone jack so that they can make more money off us by selling us AirPods. Well, yes, that's exactly right. I'm not even gonna try to dispute that. But no one, however, was forced to buy AirPods, okay? Because keep in mind, as popular as these things are, as much revenue as they're generating, and as many sales as they're seeing, every single iPhone to this day is still being shipped with earbuds in the box. That honestly, audio quality wise, do not sound much different from AirPods themselves. I mean, AirPods Pro, that's a big difference there. But the fact that iPods at their peak were making about as much revenue, and those were whole standalone products, you know, you had to sync them with iTunes and everything, but they came with headphones and people just used them. They were fine with that. But what I think this proves over the past few years of AirPods being around, them finally taking off, and lots of people buying them and seeing excessive growth rates, it's proving that convenience trumps performance almost every single time for the average consumer. This is why devices that have gotten completely dependent on Wi-Fi took off, because while Ethernet may be faster, wireless was good enough for most people. And I think that the sales of AirPods, them being the most popular wireless earbud on the market, showcases that whoever gets convenience better than anyone else is at the end of the day going to win, because everyone's lazy. It's not necessarily about being the cheapest wireless headphone. It's not even about being the best sounding wireless headphones or having the best noise cancellation. I would say when it comes to any of those categories, AirPods are not the leader anywhere. The one thing they are the leader of, though, is the convenience of setting up and pairing. The fact that you literally just open the case, that pop-up shows up and you hit connect. You don't have to hit the allow button 5 times like you do with Galaxy Buds. I don't know if they've gotten a software update since then, but Samsung is working on Galaxy Buds Plus, which I assume is going to have some type of active noise cancellation, and they're going to try to get back up at AirPods Pro, and I hope they're good. Samsung usually makes pretty affordable, decent quality products, so I'm very interested in hearing how they sound. But if they don't prioritize that convenience feature and also embrace the meme like Tim Apple has so many times in the past, AirPods are going to stay in the lead, and Apple's very happy about that. Wearables is certainly taking off, and we we know pretty much when we refer to wearables, that's just how we bunch Apple Watch and AirPods together. And seeing what Apple may do with the AirPods lineup in 2020 could be really exciting, because while they just released AirPods Pro and that Pro everything gets kind of annoying, I do think it's kind of neat that they separated the category a little bit, because I would love to see Apple continue to make hardware and software advancements with the regular AirPods. No, they don't have passive or active noise cancellation, but I think there's battery life and audio quality improvements you can make with solid AirPods that are more comfortable for people who don't necessarily like AirPods Pro as much. There's a lot of people I've seen that thought they would like AirPods Pro, but it turns out they fall out really easily because their ear has adapted to the traditional earbud type, while as people who haven't adapted to this earbud type seem to be very happy and satisfied with the shape and the customizable ear tips of AirPods Pro. So Apple, all I'm saying is keep working on both. You're doing a great job, but don't get too high on your own supply. And can we please get some freaking color options? How many years do we have to ask for this? Seriously, just like one other color. Just, I don't care, yellow. No, that's too much like Galaxy Buds. Product red or matte black, something like simple. It doesn't even have to be a lot of colors, just something else. But I don't know, maybe the white plastic helps with the meme mentality of it. What do you guys think? Were some of you out there looking at AirPods when they first came out and saying, oh god, Apple's so dead, they're never gonna succeed anymore, when in reality they're doing way better now than they did in the era of the iPod, and these are even selling better than the iPod. So let me know all your incorrect opinions by hitting me up on Twitter or joining our Discord. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one, peasants.